What would you do if the people who claimed to be your family's saviors were actually weaving a web of dangerous lies right in front of your face? A sudden, sharp knock on the wooden gate shatters the quiet afternoon, bringing a chilling realization that someone is watching their every move. The storm is brewing in the mountains, but a much darker threat is already standing at their doorstep, waiting to take away everything they have built. Why did Jack's mother leave so abruptly in the morning? And who are these strangers bearing gifts but hiding malice in their eyes? The truth behind a missing sister's pregnancy is about to unravel, and a single wrong move could destroy a family forever. The morning air is thick with the scent of damp earth and sawdust. Jack wipes the sweat from his forehead, his knuckles white as he lifts another heavy wooden plank against the side of the unfinished house. The rhythmic thud of his hammer echoes through the valley, a symbol of the stable life he is desperately trying to build for his wife, Tu Tien. "Jack, my son," a voice calls out from the courtyard. Jack lowers his hammer, turning to see his mother dressed in her formal clothes, holding a small travel bag. Her eyes are darting toward the dirt road, her posture tense. "Mother, you're dressed up early?" Jack says, wiping his hands on his apron. "Are you heading to the corporate office, or is there a meeting in town? I wanted to finish securing these wall panels around the house today." No, stay here and focus on the house," his mother says quickly, her voice unusually tight. "I have some private matters to attend to. Personal business. I need to leave the village for a bit." Jack steps down from the wooden scaffolding, his brow furrowed with sudden concern. "Private business? Where are you going, mother? Let me drop everything and drive you there. The wood paneling can wait until tomorrow. The mountain roads aren't safe today." "Absolutely not," his mother insists, waving her hand dismissively as she looks away. "You stay here and keep the house organized. I've already arranged a ride. I'll be back by tomorrow evening at the absolute latest. Don't worry about me. Just make sure the home is secure." "If you say so," Jack murmurs, the lack of explanation leaving a heavy weight in his chest. "But please, be careful. Call me the moment you arrive." I will, she says, her footsteps hurried as she moves toward the gate. "Have you eaten anything yet?" "Yes, mother, I ate earlier," Jack replies, watching her anxious movements. Before his mother can reach the outer gate, the wooden front door creaks open. Tu Tien steps out onto the porch, a woven harvest basket slung over her shoulder. Her gentle eyes instantly register the tension in the yard. "Mother, are you leaving somewhere?" Tu Tien asks, stepping down into the yard. "Ah, Tu Tien. Yes," the mother says, stopping in her tracks. "Just some personal errands in the next town. I was just telling Jack that I will be gone overnight and should return tomorrow evening." Tu Tien looks between Jack and his mother, sensing the unsaid words hanging in the air. "Is everything all right, mother? If it's important, Jack can easily drive you. It's no trouble at all. No need, really. I already called a taxi, and Mrs. Hi from down the road is coming along to assist me," the mother explains, her voice softening slightly but her eyes remaining guarded. "Tu Tien, are you heading out to the fields to harvest today?" "Yes, mother." Tu Tien nods, adjusting the strap of her basket. "A few days ago, I asked the local farmers to save some produce for me. I'm not sure if there's anything left, but I need to walk down to the valley market and check. If the fields are ready, I'll bring back a full load. Be very careful on the slopes," the mother warns, glancing up at the darkening sky. "If I didn't have this urgent matter, I would go with you. But duty calls. Jack, make sure you finish that heavy woodwork while she's gone." "Don't worry about the house, mother," Tu Tien says with a reassuring smile. "If Jack needs help lifting the heavy beams, I can stay back and assist him instead." "No, one person is enough for the paneling," Jack interrupts, stepping closer to Tu Tien and placing a protective hand on her shoulder. You go care for your harvest. But looking at those clouds, I'm worried it might pour. Maybe you should stay inside today. The garden work is all done, and the house needs provisions. Tu Tien argues gently, looking up at him. Besides, if I stay, I'll only get in your way while you bungle those heavy planks. Let me finish this quickly so we have food for the week. His mother looks at her watch, stepping through the gate. The car is here. Remember what I said, Jack. Work hard, stay vigilant. Tu Tien, watch your step in the valley. I'm leaving now. Safe travels, mother. Call us if anything changes. Tu Tien calls out as the sound of a car engine fades into the distance. The yard falls quiet, save for the rustling of the banana leaves in the wind. Jack turns to Tu Tien, his eyes filled with an intense, quiet affection that masks his underlying anxiety about his mother's sudden departure. Are you sure you want to go? Jack asks softly, reaching out to brush a stray lock of hair from her face. The thunder showers in these mountains can catch you by surprise. I can handle the house, but I can't handle worrying about you out there alone. I have to go, Jack, Tu Tien says, her voice a soothing balm against his stress. The farmers won't hold the inventory forever. If I don't collect it now, we lose our chance for the season. Jack sighs, a reluctant smile breaking through his serious demeanor. All right. But promise me you won't overload your basket. Keep it light. If it starts to pour, you run under the nearest shelter. I know how to take care of myself, Mr. Engineer, she teases gently, tapping his chest. You just focus on making our new home sturdy. What are we going to eat tonight? You leave that to me, Jack says, his voice dropping an octave as he leans in closer. I love you, baby. Go quickly and come back to me safely. I love you too, Tu Tien whispers, blushing slightly despite their years together. Work hard. I'll be back before you even miss me. With a final wave, Tu Tien exits the gate, her footsteps quickening as she hits the dirt road leading down to the neighboring farms. The air is cooling rapidly, a clear sign that a storm is brewing over the ridge. 20 minutes later, Tu Tien arrives at the edge of a vast field. A local farmer, Quang, is loading the last crates of fresh produce onto a large commercial truck. Brother Quang, Tu Tien calls out, jogging down the muddy path. Quang turns, wiping sweat from his brow, his expression instantly turning apologetic. Ah, Tu Tien, you're here. Yes, I'm so sorry for the delay, Tu Tien says. Catch her breath. A few days ago, I called about your melon patch. I asked if I could come down and handle the harvest myself. Are the ripe ones still available? Quang sighs heavily, looking down at his boots. Tu Tien, I'm really sorry. The melons grew ripe fast, much faster than expected because of the heavy humidity. I waited for you, but when the commercial traders came through yesterday with cash in hand, I couldn't turn them down. I had to sell the entire plot to them. Tu Tien's heart drops. Oh, I see. You sold all of them? Every single one, Quang says defensively, though his tone remains sympathetic. I didn't have your direct contact line to warn you. You've been so busy with your new house, I figured you couldn't make it. I truly apologize for the misunderstanding. No, it's my fault, Tu Tien says, trying to hide her disappointment with a polite nod. I should have come sooner. Things have been chaotic at home with the construction. Is there absolutely nothing left to harvest? Not in the main field, Quang says, scratching his neck. But listen, my bitter melon patch over by the ridge is almost ready. In a couple of days, when it's time to pick them, I'll call you first. I promise I won't sell those to the traders before you get your share. Thank you, Brother Quang. I appreciate that, Tu Tien says, forcing a smile. I'll get going then before the rain starts. Take care, Tu Tien. Sorry again, Quang shouts as she turns back toward the main path, Walking away from the empty fields, Tu Tien looks into her completely empty basket. She can't return to Jack empty-handed after insisting on leaving. She looks down at the mountain stream running parallel to the dirt road. The recent rains have caused the water levels to rise, but the current is clean and transparent, washing over the smooth river stones. The water is high and clear, Tu Tien murmurs to herself, her eyes narrowing as she notices a sudden movement near the riverbank. With this sudden rain, the mountain crabs must be crawling out of their caves. She slides down the grassy bank, her boots sinking slightly into the wet mud. She moves cautiously along the edge of the stream, her eyes scanning the dark crevices beneath the boulders. "There's one," she gasps softly. A large, dark mountain crab with thick, powerful claws is scuttling across a flat rock. Tu Tien moves with practiced agility, her hand darting down to firmly grip the back of its shell, completely avoiding its sharp pincers. "Wow, this one is huge," she says, a genuine smile returning to her face as she drops it into her basket. Jack is going to love this. He always says mountain crabs are the best comfort food after a long day of manual labor. She continues wading through the cool, refreshing water, tracking the movements along the stream. She spots a tiny crab darting out from under a leaf. She picks it up, evaluates its small size, and gently places it back into the water. "Go grow bigger, little one," she whispers, watching it swim away. Further up the stream, beneath a small cascading waterfall, she hits the jackpot. Deep inside a hollow rock formation, several massive crabs are clustered together. The water feels incredibly crisp against her skin, cleansing away the stress of the morning. "If only Jack were here," she thinks, looking at the beautiful, isolated scenery. "The water is so pristine today. I would have dragged him into the stream to wash off all that sawdust from his shoulders." After gathering a generous amount of large crabs, she realizes the path ahead is blocked by a steep, slippery cliff faces. The waterfall above is roaring louder, indicating heavier rain up in the peaks. Time to head back, she decides, climbing out of the riverbed. As she walks along the border road near their property, she passes their small plot of sweet corn. The stalks are tall, but the ears of corn are small and sparse due to the poor, unfertilized soil near the roadside. The sticky corn is fully mature, but the quality is so poor this year, Tu Tien notes, snapping a few small ears off the stalks. "They're too small to sell at the market. No one would buy these. I'll just harvest a few for Jack to snack on now and leave the field corn for the chickens and livestock later." She packs the small ears of corn tightly over the crabs and hastens her steps toward the house as the first heavy drops of rain begin to fall. Back at the construction site, Jack is packing away his tools as the downpour begins. He looks up as the wooden gate clicks